Hello, welcome to JBS TV. You're watching JBS Television, and my name is Jumalo Sunday. Today, we are talking to the manager of Bul Bul, who is, of course, if you've been following the news on social media, different social media platforms, he was trafficked in South Sudan, taken to Bangkok in a bid for him to get some work in Bangkok there, that is in Thailand. And we want to find out more about the situation here. And we are talking to Assam D. Eli, who is his manager. Just some facts you need to know about Bul Bul before we get to the conversation. Bul Bul, his real name is Nyachwate Bul, and he's been managed, his musical career has been managed by Sam D. Eli, who has also been managing some musicians in the country. So Sam D. Eli, you're most welcome to on JBS TV. We have been seeing later some developments, some bad, sad news stories about what happened to Bul Bul. We would like to understand exactly what exactly happened first, for before he went to Bangkok, where we understand that he was almost to be kidnapped. Kindly tell us what exactly happened.
Okay. First of all, I would like to thank you for reaching out to me on behalf of the family and the management of Bul Bul. You know, Bul Bul have been in communication with me frequently, like when he was here. I think the last time we communicated with him was on Saturday last week. So we could not finish the communication because I was a little bit tied up with some work and all that. So later in the evening, when I tried to call his number, it was off. So the next morning, I didn't know he was traveling, because we had discussed with him that he wanted to go to Dubai. It was early January, but you know, of course, it has taken a long time. I had forgotten about that. So all the week long, I was quite busy. Not until Wednesday morning when I got a message early in the morning around 6 a.m. I got a message from an agent, tourist agent, trust, something like that. They sent me a message that, hey, do you know Bul Bul? He's involved into some troubles in Bangkok, Thailand, but he's safe now. So he's asking for an immediate family member, but he asked me also to send you this message so you can contact him. So we want your number. You know, asking my number, I was so curious about it. Why would these guys send me a message like that? Because I discussed with this guy 2 days ago. He did not tell me that he was traveling, though we had talked earlier before, like some month ago. So I was so curious. I was like, no, you guys are scammers. Why would I believe in you? That was the first question that I sent. But then I also had to rethink, like, what if it is true? Because these guys are calling the name Bul Bul. But then also, battling with those ideas, like there might be scammers who scammed his page. But the first question I had to ask myself was like, no, let me first contact my co-manager, Pretty Joy, about him. So when I called Pretty Joy told me Bul Bul has traveled to Ethiopia. But then I was like, okay, the immediate person that can tell me more about him is the cousin sister Tivavi the tablet, of course, one of the artists in the industry. So I picked the number of Tivavi, called her, and then she told me that Bul Bul is in Bangkok. So I immediately broke to her the news. I was like, I got a message now that he's involved into some troubles and all that, but he's okay, though they're asking me to send the numbers. I tried to call the number direct, but then it wasn't going through. I didn't understand. I didn't know what exactly was the problem. So I was like, can you try with your own number? So also it never took long. I think they sent a message to her. So they were able to communicate with him with video calls. The guy narrated for him the story. I made for her the story, and everything was like, on his arrival there, it was on Monday morning. He arrived and he was picked up by someone who was believed to be from the agency. So this guy handed him over to a lady who already picked a taxi and put him inside the taxi. Now, telling him they were taking him to where he was going to be working. But then they traveled for about 20 hours out of the city. So he kept asking them where the guys were taking him. Yet he was promised that he's going to be working in the city, Bangkok. The guys could not tell him exactly. They were telling him, we're taking you where you're going to work. But then they kept communicating in their language. Of course, he didn't understand. It was not English. The guys turned frequent phone calls and all that. So they reached a small town. It was late night, and then they had to take a rest. Slept for some hours. Early in the morning, again they got into the car. They moved again for 2 more hours. And then he was so curious. What exactly are these guys trying to do? You know, when they promise that you're going to work in the city and they're taking you far away from the city.
From the city, yes.
You see, it's almost like a one-day journey. The guys branch from the main road. The branch, they use a feeder road that was going like so much into a remote kind of place.
Yeah.
So he kept asking them. The guys were like, no, we're taking you to where you're going to work. But then he derived a plan that he wanted to ease himself after some minutes. The guys refused at first. He pleaded until the guy stopped. He got out of the car. As he was moving a little bit distant, one of the guys in the car came out with a security baton, wanted to hit him, but he was quick to see him. That's when he escaped. He ran away. He was able to defeat them, left them behind. He entered into a maize plantation, stayed there for some hours. It was already midnight, actually like at around 10 in the evening. So he struggled to move out from that place to the main road. It took him like over 5 hours walking. He didn't know where he was going. What helped him was he came and found the main road, a highway. And good enough, there were also policemen who were on the highway. So, you know, seeing a black person in that kind of place at night, you know, they tried to point a gun at him. He knelt down, begged that he's not a criminal. Tried to tell them, of course, the policemen didn't know the language. So he asked like if he could be taken to a police station nearby. Of course, they took him to a police station, and reaching to the police station, they found someone who can speak to him directly. He tried to narrate the whole story to him, and they were like, okay, if you have money, we are going to take you back to the city. But of course, he escaped from that place. The whole bag was inside the car. The only thing that was having was a small bag where his passport was. And the phone was inside that big bag, so everything, he lost it. Then they brought him back to the city. Yeah, that's when I got this message. He contacted this tourist agency, and then they came back to me.
Yeah, so how is his status right now? How is he in the city right now?
Well, in the city, there's nothing much that he has undergone through bad, because he wasn't touched. The guys did not beat him up because he tried to escape. So at least the authorities gave him a room to spend like the few of the days he's staying in there, as they continue making up processes for his return back home.
Okay, we understand that Bul was taken by an agency company, and the agency company is by the names, I don't know, do you understand the agency company, the names of the agency company?
The company is something like Trust Tourism. That's what he told me. But then again, from the messages that the guys sent me, it's like they're trying to help him also get back, you see? This is what contradicts the whole story.
So the company that is trying to help him in Bangkok is called Trust Assistance. But the company that took him from here to go and work, do you know the name of the company?
Well, I don't know the name of the company, but there was a person that connected him to that, a person he knew. He knew that person, and the person connected him to the company that he was going to be working in Bangkok. So he was issued two-way ticket, that the time that he's going to be working there, and when he wants to return, there's a ticket that will bring him back. Yeah. So the person who connected him is a person he knows well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the company is operating here in South Sudan?
Yeah, the company is operating in South Sudan.
Did you and the family try to get in touch with the company?
Well, the family is currently working on that, because at first we wanted Bul Bul to first come here so we can contact the guy. Because at the moment we cannot disclose the company, of course. We want to keep it down, so we run other things up to the end, whereby we can find this person who connected him, then we see how the authorities are going to take actions against him.
When are we going to see Bul here in Juba?
Well, Bul Bul, I cannot confirm exactly, but within the week, because I discussed with him yesterday morning, and even today I talked with him. He was like he's trying to fix money, financial issues for his ticket back home.
Did you try to find out some support from other well-wishers, or maybe the artist union, if they can try to also support his return from Bangkok? Because from the way you're speaking, it's like there's a challenge with the ticket.
Well, first of all, I cannot decide completely to take action up to asking the media or the artist union to get involved, because I want the family first to get up with the ideas. I was okay, we can do this, and let's kick up. That's when I will implement things. Because finally, this one at this moment, it's not about music now; it's about family. Yes.
So the family, have you? When are you guys going to have any certain meeting with the family in terms of his arrangement and trying to mobilize something?
I talked with the cousin sister Tivavi early this morning, like some few minutes ago. So she was like, they are gonna sit down with the family members. Of course, after coming up with the plan, then she informed me. So what we're gonna do, then we kick off whatever we're gonna take it.
So maybe to tell us about the day, we expect to see him probably maybe this month or next month.
It will not take up to next month. I think by this week, okay, the coming week, from tomorrow Monday until Sunday. But I cannot confirm the date exactly, the day, which day, and all that.
We understand that his journey is triggered with an aim of trying to go and work in Bangkok to make money and to survive, to do ICT work.
Yes.
This has been happening. Maybe this is the first time that we're seeing a public figure being taken like that. If you were to analyze and see the whole story, do you think are we going to have more people being engaged into these things again?
Well, according to what you told me, there are so many people who have been connected by this guy. You understand? So his is now a different story because he's an artist, and many people expect that he would be within South Sudan hustling. And you understand how the music here is. People struggle to market the whole music and all that. And if you don't get gigs, which means you go hungry.
So he said there are people that are also connected and they are taken there,
Yes.
but their way out is not known.
It's not known. So he cannot clearly tell me about it because we were so much concerned about him, not the other people.
So he's not the first person.
He's not the first person because this is someone who has been connecting so many people. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Samdi.
You're welcome.
Okay. Yeah, that's this is the manager of Bul Bul, who was, of course, trafficked and taken to Bangkok. From what we are hearing is that he's safe in the hands of the police and he's waiting to be returned back to the country. There's arrangement that the family is trying to make so that he can return back to the country. Well, that's all on this story, but we'll be bringing you, of course, developing a story on his return. And also from what I have picked from the manager is like, he's not the first person that has been trafficked or taken to Bangkok. So there might be many people who are also maybe have taken, but their way out is not known since the media has not followed them, or maybe people close to them haven't come out to talk about it. We'll be bringing you all those developing story as we try to stay in touch with the manager and also the family. He's the only one that we tried to talk to, having tried efforts to reach the family, but we are able to get him and he's able to give us some information regarding the whole issue. Thank you so much for watching.